dinner party allows for some flexibility on how you organize your outline. Remember that your outline will still want to follow the Roman numerical format that you've been learning. So let's start with the introduction. First things first, you need to introduce the party in 1 or 2 sentences. Where are we? What kind of a party are we going to be having? We're here today to celebrate what? But instead of we, you would write, my guests have, first person, my guests have joined with me today to explore this, that, or the other. 1 to 2 sentences about the cause that the party is going to discuss. The thesis statement, of course, you know where the information is in the course about how to write a thesis statement. 1 to 2 sentences about the featured guests. Remember, there are guests who are there, hopefully with checkbooks, or who have brought things to donate, or who have land to be able to give up, or who are positions of power. Those are the guests, and then you have your featured guests from that list that you were provided, and you will have those featured guests make little speeches throughout the party. Then you have a transition sentence. Now this section is always going to be the same. Whether you are writing this essay, whether you are writing a master's thesis, or whether you are writing a hero archetype or any other thing, the second section of your essay, which is multiple paragraphs, needs to explain to the reader everything the reader needs to know to be able to support your thesis. So, this is divided into paragraphs. 1 paragraph is going to explain the cause. 1 paragraph is going to explain the goal of the party. And 1 paragraph invites everybody to the party. Now, this can be changed around. You can, if it suits your topic better, start with the motif of the party. And in a paragraph, invite the reader to join in and bring them into the party atmosphere if you like. And then the second paragraph can discuss the cause. And then the third paragraph can discuss the goal of the party. However you want to jockey these around that will fit best with your particular persuasive topic. So the definition section is up to you to organize, but needs to contain these 3 paragraphs with images. And the images need to inspire people. Now, if you show me a horrible image, I'm not coming to your party. Maybe I'll write you a check because I feel guilty. Maybe I'll feel bad about what's going on and I'll donate something. But I'm not coming to a party. A party needs to be festive and celebrate hope in order to get people to come. So, keep that in mind when you plan the tone of your party and the event and the image that you use. The image does not deny that there's a problem. We're going to be getting into that in the next section. But the image at the beginning, when you're defining what's going on in this essay, needs to inspire the reader to keep reading forward and to support your cause. Positive is always best. Now you come into the paragraphs and the sections, and this will be multiple paragraphs, but these are the sections. This is 1, 2, and 3. Now, this is going to vary. This is where you get to play around with your dinner party. Maybe you want to separate this into courses, cocktails and appetizers, the main course, dessert. And within that organization, you will define what's going on, what's happening while that, who's going to be speaking, the featured guest that will get up and talk, how that relates to the cause, and the transition to the main course, and that kind of thing. And you'll be describing what's going on in this atmosphere. It's 8 o'clock and we start the party with cocktails and a specialty cocktail named after the person who founded this cause. And while we're discussing these things, I see so-and-so in the distance, and he already has a checkbook in his hand, and it comes time we tink the glass so that the featured guest, whoever that is, can address the audience, and then that featured guest will speak and promote the cause. and you move on and so forth. Or you can organize points 1, 2, and 3 by the cause and what's being this part of the cause. Define the cause here, the actions that need to be taken, and the actions that you want the reader to take. Cause, need, action. And all of those will take place while the party is going on. It's just that you've organized the party by the cause and the need and the outcome rather than the more creative, it's cocktail time and I have a picture of a cocktail glass and people milling about, and then I have a picture of my featured guest talking and so forth. So you can organize it that way as well. So pick whichever way works best for you and go with that. Then we have the conclusion, and remember there's a transition in each one of these cases. Now I hear in the distance the butler rings out time for the main course, and we all file into the formal dining room for the main course. Right? Some transition that takes us there. Then we have the conclusion. And the conclusion is going to wrap up what's going to happen at this. It's now the waning hour. We're having brandies in the library, or we're out on the lawn and Justin Bieber has just performed. And the first part of our conclusion describes what Justin has to say and what he performs. And the crowd is all happy that he's performed. And now we introduce the last of our speakers who's going to bring it home and say, bring out those checkbooks. We're handing out envelopes for you to put your contribution in. Or if it's some other kind of atmosphere, this is the point where something happens. This is where the thing happens that you've been trying to persuade people to happen. That happens right here in 1 or 2 sentences. Then you're going to basically restate the thesis in a very clever, creative way. And then you're going to thank everybody, and you're going to say, because of your generosity, this is how much we've earned tonight. Because of your generosity, this is how much was donated. Because of your generosity, this is the land that has been donated. Because of your generosity, these legislators have crafted a bill that they are going to present to Congress next week. Because of your, right, that's this. And then you're going to end up with something profound, some wonderful philosophical statement, perhaps from one of your guests. The philosopher perhaps has a statement that they want to make, and that's the end. So that is the organization for your dinner party.